Welcome to my channel, Sheikh Hamdan Faz3. Good evening, welcome to my channel Sheikh Hamdan Faz3. First story. 4 years ago a 14-year-old Japanese boy fell in love with a British Bangladeshi girl he never met. He spoke to her all the time and she was a year older than him. She lived all the way in London. His mother was really ill and at hospital, so he'll visit her all the time. Every time he came out of hospital he'll email the girl he likes saying how beautiful she is. He used to say to her, "I know we live far, and have not met, but for some reason, you're perfect to me just the way you are. I'm going to inbox you every day and tell you you're beautiful." He did this for the girl for a year, boosted her self-esteem. The messages stopped eventually, and every time she tried contacting him she'll get no response. She gave up eventually, and even though 4 years have passed, till this day she wonders what happened to him or if he simply forgot about her. Who knows is what she says till this day. Second story. A very painful story. While a man was polishing his new car, his 4-year-old son picked a stone and scratched lines on the side of car. In anger, the man took the child's hand and hit it many times, not realizing he was using a wrench. At the hospital, the child lost all his fingers due to multiple fractures. When the child saw his father, with painful eyes he asked, "Dad, when will my fingers grow back?" The man was so hurt and speechless. He went back to car and kicked it many times, devastated by his own actions. Sitting in front the car he looked at the scratches his child had written. "I love you, Dad." Third story. This is a sad but true story. One day an 11-year-old girl asked her daddy, "What are you going to get me for my 15th birthday?" The father replied, "There is much time left." When the girl was 14 she fainted and was rushed to the hospital. The doctor came out and told her dad she had a bad heart. When she was lying in the hospital bed she said, "Daddy, have they told you I'm going to die yet?" The father replied yes as he left weeping. She said, "How can you be sure?" He turned around from the door and said, "I know." She turns 15 when she is recovering and comes home to find a letter on her bed. It says, "My dearest daughter, if you are reading this it means all went well as I told you. One day you asked me what I was giving you for your 15th birthday. I didn't know then, but now my present to you is my heart." Her father donated his heart. Fourth story. Woman decides to test her husband's love. Then this happened. Lol. Not too long ago, there was a woman who felt that her husband was being distant and unloving. She wanted to know how her husband would react if she left without telling him where she had gone. She decided to write him a letter saying she was tired of him and didn't want to live with him anymore. She knew it was petty and perhaps childish, but she needed to know how her husband felt. And besides, this was more of a prank than a real test, right? After writing the letter, she put it on the table in the bedroom and then climbed under the bed to hide until her husband got home. She hoped to hear his outraged response, or to see him get upset. When the husband eventually came back home, he saw the letter on the table and read it. After a few moments of silence, he picked up the pen and added something to the letter. Then he started to get changed, whistling happy tunes and singing and dancing while he did so. He seemed overjoyed, rather than crushed and heartbroken. The woman was shocked and incredibly hurt. But things only got worse. The husband grabbed his phone and dialed a number. His wife listened from under the bed as he started chatting to someone. "Hey babe," said the husband into the phone. "I'm just getting changed now, I'll join you in a bit." As for the other fool, it finally dawned on her that I was cheating on her and she left. "I was really wrong to have married her, I wish you and me had met earlier. See you soon, honey." Then he hung up and walked out of the room. After some time, the wife heard the front door open and close. Her husband was gone. In tears and very upset, she climbed out from under the bed and stumbled over to read what her unfaithful husband had written on the end of her letter. Through teary eyes, she read, "I could see your feet under the bed, you idiot. I'm going out to buy bread." Fifth story. A girl and guy were speeding over 100 miles per hour on a motorcycle. Girl: "Slow down. I'm scared." Guy: "No, this is fun." Girl: "No, it's not. Please, it's too scary." Guy: "Then tell me you love me." Girl: "Fine, I love you. Slow down." Guy: "Now give me a big hug." Girl hugs him. Guy: "Can you take my helmet off and put it on? It's bugging me." In the paper the next day, a motorcycle had crashed into a building because of brake failure. 2 people were on the motorcycle, but only one survived. The truth was that halfway down the road, the guy realized that his brakes broke, but he didn't want to let the girl know. Instead, he had her say she loved him, felt her hug one last time, then had her wear his helmet so she would live even though it meant he would die. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.